Hey, welcome back to Car Talks, where I rant, ramble, and word vomit my thoughts for the day on training, life, and just anything. Thinking a little bit about GPU. A lot of people think about GPP, General Physical Preparedness, but General Physical Unpreparedness. I don't know, just some random thing I thought. I know GPU, I think, is like a tech term or something like that, but was at a soccer game last night, and this girl comes immediately off the field and goes straight to the athletic trainer. And it's like, my hamstrings. Like my hamstrings are in a lot of pain. Like, can you roll me out? I need ice. And I just kind of watch. And I was watching the speed of the game, and it was cold, and that's, a different topic, but like cold weather stuff. But just to sit there, and I talked to the athletic trainer, and he's like, yeah, like she basically is like, this has been an ongoing issue for the past week because she didn't do anything. She didn't prepare. Basically went from being completely inactive to soccer practice. And especially if you know the state of a lot of soccer players, a lot of them don't strength train because they think it will make them bulky and slow. And honestly, and this is terrible for me to say, but watching the physique of the players that I was watching last night, there wasn't a whole lot of hamstring development on most of these girls. And my sister plays for the team, so I kind of know a little bit into what they're doing conditioning wise. It's a lot of slow runs. Most of these young athletes are physically unprepared. They have a general physical unpreparedness to do high intensity efforts, to do repeated sprints. They haven't really prepared to go at training. They haven't really prepared to go at games because they haven't been training for it. If you want to perform, you got to have obviously a base level of fitness. The whole concept of CrossFit, I think, was based around the concept of being GPP and general physical preparedness. What that actually looks like for athletes, having an aerobic base, having accumulated some semblance of volume in the off season, just so when season hits and all of a sudden you start doing tons of skill work, tons of practice sessions, which really could go into a huge thing about sport specialization at early ages and GPP then, but we're not going to go into that now. But a lot of kids just don't have that base. So I think that's just something that's on my mind, is like, we got to think about developing athletes outside of just the sports season. Rethink the conditioning, because if we're conditioning people to do long endurance runs when they're required to sprint, we could open ourselves up to some injuries there. Just being able to help kids. I think that's the big thing here, is we don't want to come from a spot of general physical unpreparedness, and that's where a lot of these young athletes, if your conditioning work's not kind of specific to what the sport demands are going to be, if your strength training work isn't going to tackle some of those issues, then we're setting ourselves up for injury. So just a random thought for the day, general physical unpreparedness. Don't really know much more to say about that. Obviously, I think it's just a term I just randomly thought of. So there's your little thought for the day. Until next time, we'll see ya.